Welcome back to Skyrim Special Edition, the Saga of Snake. I am the Crescent, as always. Yo, Snake, what is up? And what are we doing here? Well, I felt like it was time to move. What was wrong with the bar? Well, nothing was wrong with it. I miss my log cabin, and it's kind of sentimental, I like the location. I know it's a little bit out of the way compared to that one, which is right outside town, but I kind of, I miss my log cabin. I felt like it was time to make the move. Whatever, I don't care. I'm fine, whatever. He's pretty ambivalent on the whole thing. Trust me, I think you'll like it. It's a little bit outside of town, but we're sitting here right on the lake. It's a beautiful view here, especially in the morning and the evening. It's a nice, quiet place, and it has all the amenities that Emberwood Bar has, and maybe a few more. So let's go take a look at it. We'll take a quick tour of the cabin because I'm sure not everyone has seen the inside of this one, and we'll talk about some of the amenities and what it has to offer. And we're also going to explain why Snake is dressed the way he is, aren't we? Maybe you can let me in on the secret? Not yet, but we'll get there. Let's go take a look at this thing. Take a quick little tour of the outside. This thing is, this is actually the first mod that I built to completion. It's not the first mod I ever started, but it's the first one I built to completion. There was actually another log cabin before this one, but it was built, it needed some things to be fixed on it, some nav mesh issues, and there was stuff that I accidentally deleted. The nav mesh stuff I could fix. The stuff I accidentally deleted can be undeleted. Those can be fixed, but the problem with that other one is it was built in the open world, and the FPS hit was enormous. Had I known it was going to be that much, I wouldn't have done it. I put a lot of work into that one, so I never did bother to fix the things that needed to be fixed with it because the FPS hit just rendered it unusable. Anyway, aside from that, this is the first one that I actually finished. Those are valuable. And we have a door to the basement right here. We'll get a look at that in a minute because that's where everything happens. Wood chopping block. A deck on the back. We've got, I think, 32. I think I should know, but I built this house like 5 years ago. I think there's 32 planter soils. Another one there. Got some chairs and stuff out here in the back. Planter soil and a dock. Nice view of the lake and the valley. This place really is picturesque at certain times of the day. Yeah, pretty much any time of day as long as the weather's nice. Coming around to this side is where most of the planter soils are. A bunch of them there. We've got some along here. Got a door right here for convenience. Back around the front, we've got planter soils there, and two more there. These windows are set up in such a way that they will illuminate in the evening. And they'll go out during the day. As you can see, they're not glowing, but they will glow nice yellowish glow in the evening. They'll come on. It's called a emittance setting. This house is built out of hundreds of individual logs. If you could see, these are not wall sections. These are actually individual logs. It's literally built one log at a time from the ground up all the way around, inside and out. And you can see there's a little bit of twitching going on there. There is still a little bit of an FPS hit with this as is, but it's not too bad. I think I'm dropping down to low 50s, mid 50s. It's not too bad. But yeah, there are hundreds and hundreds of individual logs into this one. And I did it that way because it was the only way I could get this house designed the way I wanted. There wasn't any other architectural pieces in the creation kit that I could do this with. So I did the best I could. And the windows are actually from a wall section from Solitude Architecture. I pushed them in behind the logs and then covered up the wall section except for the windows. So the windows are not part of the logs at all. In fact, it's from different architecture altogether. Pretty creative, I thought. Solution. I needed windows, so there we go. All right, let's go take a look at this thing. So here we are. There's a nice statue of Meridia right there. Red Wolf. A couple of dagger displays. Weapon rack there. Shield plaque up there. Nice living room, fireplace. Everything in here is static. Even all this stuff here, it's all static. It won't move around. All this stuff, it's all static. Lots of little statues up there. Animal heads everywhere. Same thing here on the mantle. Nice big bear. Put that in there just for Snake. This, like I said, I built this in, I think it was in 2019, so it's been around a while. A bunch of swords up there. When I was in England, I went to Warwick Castle. And they had something similar to that. I'm not sure if they were swords or spears, though. But they had something like that up on the wall. And I was like, that's pretty cool. So I replicated that to an extent here. Display case. More animal heads. More weapon racks. Shield plaque. Now this area over here I'm quite proud of. This area right here gives you access to all of your containers, and it's conveniently located right by the front door. And some of these containers are pretty obvious. Jewelry box, soul gem container. As you can see, there's all our soul gems. Potion collection. It's easy to tell just because, wait, it's a bunch of potion bottles. Ingredients crate. Documents. Got a shrine to Kinnereth, Julianos, and Arche. Arche adds 25 points of health. Julianos, 25 points of stamina. Kinnereth, 25 points of... Well, no, this one's Magicka. This one's stamina. I put a little potion bottle next to them because sometimes I forget what they do. Weapon storage. There's all the weapons. Staff storage. I don't actually use that one that much. Here's our armor chest. There's all our armor. And this is crafting supplies. Now I know this is not near. These containers are not near. Oh, we've got the wardrobe right here. I know these containers aren't near any of the crafting stations, but there are containers near the crafting stations that are linked to these. There's also containers of the same type upstairs that are linked to these. So every container of the same type is linked together. They're not exclusive though. I mean, you can, like the ingredients crate here, you can put whatever you want in here, but I just put ingredients in there because then I know where to find them. But there is an ingredient storage container upstairs and one downstairs, and all three of those are linked together, as is all the other containers, linked to the same type. Nice little dining area. Again, everything in here is static. Everything here is static. Kitchen. Now this is a food barrel, but I have the stuff we were wearing in here. along with some other food. This is mostly the things that I did not want to sell. I put in there, and then everything else I sold because I was very busy during the break, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. This staircase right here is custom built. This does not exist in the creation kit. I use these half logs, which are actually about 4 times the size of this. I had to shrink them down and use some other pieces to build this staircase. But it came out exactly like I wanted. Very nice. Extra bed here for a follower, but I don't use followers much. But this was on the Nexus for a while, and it had quite a few downloads. I don't know, 500 or 1,000 or something. It's a fair amount. And I think it's still on. I allowed somebody to convert it for Xbox, so it's on that, I guess, is Bethesda website. It's had quite a few downloads there as well. And player's bedroom in here. Again, here's all the containers. Now we've got an enchanter and alchemy lab up here. These are spares. They're extras. Because I don't know. Sometimes if you're up here, you want to do some enchanting instead of having to run down the basement. You can do it here. And you have access to all your stuff right here. Wardrobe, staff storage, weapon storage, armor storage. Got your own little private fireplace here. Safe. Crafting storage, documents. And we've seen the upstairs. And down here's where everything happens. Staff storage. We got a custom staff enchanter right here. Over here is the enchanting area. We have the mage stone right here to help with all your enchanting needs. This is bright because of a mod I had that makes the soul gems glow. And as well as I have these little floaty lights that you find around the College of Winterhold. Normally it's not that bright. But like I said, I have that one mod that makes soul gems glow. So this area is much brighter than it would otherwise be. But it's custom staff enchanter. Yes, it works. Document storage there. Jewelry box. Soul gems. Wardrobe. These are all linked to the ones upstairs. This is just miscellaneous junk. Alchemy area over here. Ingredient storage. There's all our ingredients. Potion storage. Our alchemy lab. Thieves stone. If you want to get that extra 20% when crafting potions, you can hit Thieves stone right there. And in here I have a few of the potions that I wanted to keep and not sell. So, you know, there's some Night Eye, Predator Vision, some of the ultimate stuff, and a few others that were really powerful. But everything else I had, I sold. Even some of our poisons and lingering damage, health, and paralysis and slow, sold them all. We can make better ones now. Shrine to Talos, statue of, I don't know who that is. Namira somebody. Not Namira. I don't know. Not Namira. Whatever. And here's the smithing area. This nice little fire here does absolutely nothing. The forge is right here at the anvil. Crafting supplies. Weapon storage. The warrior stone, so we can boost our smithing skill quicker. Just hit that and go to town. This house is designed for convenience. And up here I have the same statues of Kinnereth, Julianos, and Arche. I find that I use these a lot because depending on what I'm doing, I might need some extra health or magic. I don't use the stamina one much, but I put those here because, you got a door right there. So sometimes I'm down here and I'll craft something and enchant it, and I'll come over and hit that and just head out the door and go on my way. It's just there for convenience. Also a shrine to Zenithar if I want to go into town and sell stuff. Hit that right out the door. Armor storage. Grindstone. This elaborate contraption is custom smelter. And yes, it works. And we've got our workbench here, dresser, tanning rack, and then just miscellaneous stuff, just for looks. And over here is our little trophy room. Nice display cases here along the middle, some on the wall, dagger displays. We've got shield racks on this wall and down on that wall, and we've got regular weapon racks along the wall there, and of course a bunch of mannequins. I've already got armor on some of these. And we have weapon racks along here and some weapon racks down here. Originally, I had the weapon racks across here in the middle of the floor. And they were going to be weapon racks on both sides of it. I think I had planned on like 24 of them in here. But the problem was, in weapon racks, if they're not facing north and south, they don't work correctly. So I had to scrap that idea and put them across here and here, which meant I got about half as many as I wanted to have, but that's just the nature of the creation kit, I guess. So anyway, that's a quick once-over of the house. All right. Now, on to other things. During the break, I was working on our alchemy and smithing and enchanting, and we got training several times. So we've leveled up. We have another level up available, but I think I got training for this level. Yeah, I think I did. Let's keep putting points into health, I think. So currently, our alchemy skill is up to 84, and I worked on smithing, which is now up to 73, and enchanting is 80. And what I did was, as you can see, I grabbed the dwarven smithing perk. Not that, here. And what I did to start with is, we had all those dwarven metal ingots that we collected before, and I put them to use. And I made a bunch of dwarven arrows to start, and we have 1,200 of them now. This is going to be our arrows du jour for the time being. They do 14 damage, which is pretty respectable. It's better than steel. And I had plenty of firewood already cut up, so we are set for some good quality arrows for a long time. This is these look different. This is another mod by Nico. It is, I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it up on screen if I remember, but it's a all-in-one vanilla bow replacer. So this is part of it. And I've actually made some dwarven bows, and you can see they are different as well. Really beautiful stuff. Nico's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing modder. And so I made a whole bunch, but I don't know how many, man, like maybe 50 or so. I don't know. I made a whole bunch of dwarven bows. Our smithing skill, I think, was 52. Now it's up to 73. And I enchanted a bunch of them, and I used those enchanted bows to pay for the training that I was getting, because we got training in alteration, restoration, and destruction. And it's getting really expensive when you get up to this level. So I was using those enchanted bows because I needed to work on enchanting skill as well. So I might as well enchant all those bows I made and use those to pay for it. I also made a bunch of power potions and used those to help pay for things. And that's what has helped to get our alchemy skill up to 84. Then I made a new set of Fortify alchemy gear. We're getting 16% now. And we already had this circlet of eminent alchemy, which is 20%. So I didn't have to make a headpiece. But I just made these other three. And I made a full set of Fortify smithing gear, which is also 16%. apron, gloves, necklace, ring, and I have those on because we are going to improve some armor. So, Snake.
What?
This concerns you. I have an idea.
Oh boy. I don't like the sound of that.
What? I didn't even say anything yet.
Alright. Go ahead.
I thought it would be a good idea, and I think I mentioned this before, that we have 3 different sets of armor. One for stealthy missions, one for when we're going into Nordic ruins, and one for anything other than those 2, like a regular everyday use, traveling and whatnot. Anytime it's not one of those 2 categories. So I'm thinking we make 3 different sets of armor with 3 different enchantments on all those. What do you think?
If you think I'm going to carry around 3 sets of armor, you've been dipping into skooma.
No. You're not going to have to do that.
But then what do you plan to do?
We're going to get you a horse.
How is that going to help?
Well, this isn't just your regular, average, ordinary horse. It's a convenient horse's horse.
What does that mean?
That means that a convenient horse's horse has its own inventory, meaning it's kind of like a mobile container. You can store items, spare weapons, armor, whatever you want on the horse, so you only carry what you need, and you can swap them out on the fly whenever you want because you have your horse with you.
That's actually pretty good.
I know. Convenient, right?
Yes, I guess so.
Not only that, but you can harvest ingredients on horseback.
That's actually pretty good as well.
Yeah. And the good thing about that is, you know how sometimes those butterflies and dragonflies are a little hard to catch?
Yes, I know that.
Well, you never miss when you're on the horse. It never misses. It's actually way easier to harvest on horseback. All you have to do is ride up next to something and it grabs it.
That sounds quite good.
Yeah, convenient, right?
Okay, so what is this horse?
Well, here's the thing. We're going to get you a horse, and we're going to get a free one. Not only that, but we're going to get some money for it in the process. See, I got an idea. We're going to head down to Riften to make that happen. So afterwards, we're going to go fill some soul gems. We'll talk about that more in a minute. But here's what my idea is. For our everyday carry, I'm thinking we use a set of armor that we've not used yet, and that's this armor. It's called Berserk Judo armor. And I've already made the stuff. I've already crafted it. We've got 2 sets of boots. The cutlass is just for looks. It's not actually a weapon. It just sits on the back. It's just for looks. So, but I thought I'd throw it on there. It looks good on the back. We've got 2 sets of gauntlets, and I'll explain why when we get to the enchanting process. And the helmet that comes with this is invisible. It's there. It has an armor rating. You can improve it, but it doesn't show up. I didn't really like that. So we're going to improve. Well, actually, this is the Volsung mask. It's not actually the mask. It's a replica of it that's part of a mod of mine. The same mod that lets me make that Thieves Guild armor. But I forgot to include the recipe for improving this. So we can't improve this anymore. But it's got a decent armor rating. And we can enchant this. I did test that. So that part's still working. But this is going to be the headpiece, the headgear that we use. There's a little bit of clipping on the side with this custom armor, but it's not too bad. It's not that noticeable. So that is the armor we're going to be using. Now, For the stealthy missions, we're going to be using this Drow armor. And this is the stuff we got in Brood Cabin a long time ago when we had to deal with those 3 bears that almost killed me. Yeah, this is really good stealthy looking stuff. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. That doesn't really matter. And we got boots, gloves, hood, and a mask. And for the Nordic runes, we're going to be using the Guildmaster's stuff. Now, I crafted all new gear because we're going to be putting new and better enchantments on them. And we can improve them better than they were before because of, the smithing gear and better smithing potions because of our improved alchemy. So, since I don't have the perk, Arcane Blacksmith, which is not there. Damn it. I'm all over the place. This is the Arcane Blacksmith. We have above 60 in smithing. We could grab that right now, but there's no point in doing that. I've already made new armor, and realistically, the only time you're going to use this if you have something with a really good enchantment on it and you don't want to change it. But it's easier just to make new stuff because we can get a better rating for it. So now that I've been babbling on for like half an hour, first thing we're going to do is improve. We're going to improve all the armor sets right now, and I have some smithing potions here. We're getting 69%, and we're only going to enchant the Berserk Judo armor and the weapons that we're going to be using. And we're going to be using, obviously we have these Dwarven arrows, but I have 2 Dwarven bows here. We need to improve these as well and improve the Dwarven sword. And we're going to improve the Skyforged steel dagger. Now this may come as a surprise because I rave about how great the Nego weapons are, and they are great, but most of those are ebony quality. And until you get the ebony smithing perk, and right now we'd have to get Orcish first and then get ebony, and we need to get our smithing up to 80. I can't improve those weapons better than what I'm getting with Skyforged steel or Dwarven. During my testing, these were the weapons that were giving me the best results. So this is what we're going to be using for now on. Skyforged steel was coming in, I think, at like 68 once it was improved, because it's listed as steel and we had the steelsmithing perk. And our Skyforged steel is different than regular steel because it comes in better than Dwarven quality. It's actually almost equivalent to Orcish quality. And I think this is one that we got from Yorland Greymane after we joined the Companions. There's a certain point, I guess, after you, I don't remember when, a certain point in that quest line, you can go and have Yorland make you a Skyforged weapon since you're now in the Companions. And I think originally, before Special Edition, it was either a sword, a great sword, or a battle axe. But now there's a dagger was an option. So I'm like, well, I'm playing a stealthy character. I want the dagger. So this dagger right here is actually, I think the Dwarven dagger was slightly better at like 70. I have to look at my notes here, but this one was like the next best one. No, not the Dwarven dagger. The Wormfang dagger, one of Nico's, that's actually listed as a steel weapon. That's the one that we're getting the best rating on, but we're going to use that for the stealthy gear. So anyway, first things first, we need to improve this stuff. Now I believe I have all the materials on board that we need to improve all this gear: Dwarven metal ingots, iron ingots, leather strips, and steel ingots. And let's make sure we have all our fortified smithing gear on. We do. We have our fortified smithing potions right here. Active effects, warrior stone. We might as well use that. Let's get the potion. Getting 40 on the bows. We're making 2 of them. I'll explain why in a little bit. Dwarven sword is getting 73 damage now. That's the best weapon, the best sword I have right now. Skyforge is getting 68. That's pretty good. Now let me get in a quick save here, and let's improve the armor again. Fortify smithing. Let's do the Berserk Judo. 2 sets of boots. I'll explain why when we get to enchanting this stuff. 2 sets of gauntlets. Same thing. I'll explain that in a bit. And I cannot improve the Volsung mask. Let me check these, make sure everything is correct. Alright, that looks good. Quick save, and we'll improve the other ones as long as we're at it. Drow armor. Boots. Gloves. Wait a minute, stop jumping around on me. Let me pop another potion just to make sure. I've got plenty, so, you know, it's not like we got a shortage of them. All this stuff is up to legendary now. We can improve this even more later on, but, you know, we'll take a look at what kind of armor rating we're getting with all these. This one, I think this one requires the Elven Smithing perk to craft it. And I don't know if I'm going to get that perk, so this might be it for this one. Alright, quick save, another potion. Guildmasters. And we're done. Alright, so let's... First of all, here's the Drow armor. We've seen this before after Brood Cavern, but we'll take a look at it again down here in the light. That is going to be our stealthy armor. That mask looks kind of funny in front. Yo, Snake, it looks like somebody's got a muzzle on your face.
Very funny, the Crescent. Does it look like I'm laughing?
That is, this is the Drow armor. I've used this one for years. It's pretty nice stuff. Then we have the, of course, the same. We've seen this one before, the Guildmaster stuff. This is what we will be using when we go into Nordic Ruins. And then we have the newest member. The Berserk Judo. And we're going to add the Volsung mask. Again, because their headgear doesn't show up. But this is what the Berserk Judo armor looks like. This is going to be our everyday armor for the foreseeable future until I feel like doing something different. And we haven't used this one yet, so the mask actually fits on here pretty good. There's a little bit of clipping around the shoulders there, but just a little. It's really not hardly noticeable. So for the most part, it actually lines up pretty well with it, which is unusual for something for a modded armor and vanilla armor to mash up well. It's really close. So that is going to be our everyday stuff. Now to do some enchanting. We're going to be enchanting Wait, let me unload the other gear. Where do I want to put it? I don't want to put it in there. You know what? I think I'll put this stuff in the food barrel. We will get to enchanting these things a little bit later. I don't have enough grand soul gems. I bought a boatload of soul gems when I was up in the college getting training. So I was buying both filled and empty. And we're going to be enchanting the armor, of course. 2 sets of boots. I don't think we can enchant the cutlass, and I'm not going to because I feel like that would be a freebie. We're going to be enchanting both sets of gauntlets and the Volsung mask and a ring. Now the necklace we're going to be using is the Galder amulet. I think that is still a good, viable item. It has plus 30 to health, magic, and stamina, which I think even at this point in the game is still very, very reasonable enchantment. So, let me get out my list here and make sure I don't mess this up. Quick save, of course. Got my handy little list here. Alright, starting with the headpiece, the Volsung mask, we are going to enchant this with Fortify Destruction. First up, Potion of Enchanting. We're getting 17% now. It's not huge, but it's not bad. Nothing to sneeze at, nothing to scoff at. We need, I think, 11 soul gems. I have 12 just in case. And Fortified Destruction. And we're going to call this the EDC mask. EDC meaning everyday carry, because this is going to be our normal everyday equipment. 19% Fortified Destruction. There's a reason I'm going with Fortified Destruction, even though we're not a destruction mage. And I'll talk about that soon. Let's check this. Where is it? Here we go. EDC mask. Destruction 19%. Correct. Next. Quick save. Chest piece. That is going to be the judo armor. Let's get the potion. Judo armor. Soul gem. We are putting Fortified Destruction on this one as well. EDC armor. I'm going to give them all the same name so they group together in the inventory. It just makes things easier. Let's check our work. Make sure it's right. EDC armor. EDC mask. Now I get 19% even on 2 items is not a lot, but it's not so much about having the ability to cast a lot of destruction spells, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Next up, quick save. We're going to do the hands. Potion. Judo gauntlets. Oh, look at that. You can enchant the cutlass. Grand soul gem. Fortify one-handed. EDC gauntlets. 31%. Not bad. Not that, fool. EDC gauntlets, fortify one-handed, 31%. Quick save. Potion. The other EDC gauntlets, soul gem. We're going to put fortify archery on this one. And we will call these the EDC gloves. Bows do 31% more damage. EDC gauntlets, EDC gloves. That's how I wanted them to show up in the inventory, because we're going to be using this one most of the time. These gauntlets here with the one-handed attacks. But there are going to be times when we're going to want to use the bow, and we can switch gloves. They have a weight of 1, so it's like, you know, who cares? You carry as many as you want. So there's no point in not carrying an extra set of gloves with bow damage enchantment on it. Quick save. Potion. We're going to do the boots now. Judo boots. And this one is getting resist fire. We will call these EDC fire boots. Resist fire by 36%. Okay. Potion. And we'll get the other. Here we go. I thought I was missing that thing for a minute. I was like, uh-oh. We're putting frost resistance on these. EDC. Frost boots. And this is for the same reason of the gauntlets. We can switch these out if we encounter mages that are using frost or mages that are using fire or dragons. We can switch between the boots. Again, they have a weight of 1. Who cares? Carry extra boots. Swap them around as needed. We're a dark elf. We've got lots of fire resistance, so the frost boots are probably be the ones that we're carrying around with us most of the time. I could even do another set that's got shock resistance on it. In fact, I might, because since they have such a low rating, maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Let's see. We got boots are done. We have the ring that we need to do. So, quick save. Potion. Item. Silver ring. Soul gem. And the ring is getting magic resistance. I have one upstairs that has 12% on it. I think we can do better. Can I not put magic resistance on a ring, or do I not have that enchantment? I don't have that enchantment. Uh-oh. Can I not put magic resistance? I can put magic resistance on a ring. I have one. Okay. Let's see. That's why we quick save. All right, there's the armor, boots, gauntlets, boots, fire, frost, mask. Okay, that's why we quick save. Yeah, I have a ring that's got 12% on it in here, and I'm thinking we can do a little bit better. Ring of Waning Magic. If I'm wrong, then, well, you know, I just quick saved, so. Alright, potion. Silver ring. Soul gem. Resist magic. Yeah, that's a little better than 12%. EDC ring. Alright, frost boots, gloves with the one-handed, the mask, the ring, and the only other thing is the Galder amulet, which is upstairs. I'm going to go ahead and grab that now. And then we have to enchant the weapons. I was going to go get that horse and maybe whack some giants this episode, or mammoths or something, but this is going along a little bit longer than expected, so maybe not. There we go. That's our current armament. Alright, now, quick save. We have some weapons to enchant. Actually, there's something I need to disenchant, I just remembered. The Galder Blackbow. Absorb Magicka. The Galder Black Blade, I disenchanted that one. I wanted the Absorb Health enchantment. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Alright. Again, quick save. First up is the Dwarven Sword. Let me look at my list here to make sure I'm not missing something up. Yes, indeed. The Dwarven Sword is first. Potion. Ooh, 95 with the enchantment. Soul Gem. Absorb Health. 19 points. I don't know if I need to rename this. Let's go ahead and do that, just in case. Not bad, 95. So that enchantment on the gloves is what's boosting that up. Is I think it came in at around 70 before. All right. Next up is the Skyforged Steel Dagger. Quick save. Potion. Skyforged Steel Dagger. 88. From a dagger. A steel dagger at that. Grand Soul Gem, and this one we're going to put Absorb Magic. Let's call this EDC Skyforged Dagger. I don't need to put Skyforged Steel. I know it's steel. Perfect. Good. Now the reason I put magic on one and health on the other, those are two things that are really important for our character. And if we get into a battle and we need to dual wield, those are two things we can absorb. And I'm not so much worried about stamina, because if I decide to get the respite or respite perk, depending on where you're from, how you want to call that one, that one will restore stamina whenever you use a healing spell. So restoring stamina is not that important because we can utilize that. But health and magicka are very useful. Obviously, the magicka, because then we can cast a healing spell, which will restore stamina, and health, well, you always need that. Take health from your enemies and give it to yourself. Yes, please. Now, the armor. The mask, fortified destruction. The armor, fortified destruction. The reason I did that is because health, absorb health, and probably magicka too, although I'm not sure about that one, but I know absorb health is considered a destruction spell effect. So having those two enchantments is going to reduce the rate at which this charge diminishes. And if we add 100% spell cost reduction in destruction magic, this would never lose its charge. As is, it's going to lose its charge, but it's going to lose it much slower than if we did not have the fortified destruction enchantments on those two pieces of armor. And again, I'm not sure about magicka, but that's fine. And we have 2 dwarven bows here. So quick save. And let me see. Let me look at my notes here again to make sure I get this right. Where is it? Oh, here we go. The first bow. Let's grab the potion. And again, in testing the materials and the weapons I had, the dwarven stuff was coming the best. I know 40 is not a very big number, but we have no perks in archery. This one we are going to put... I don't have fear. I thought I did. Well, shit. Let's go ahead and put shock damage on here because I had intended to do that anyway. EDC shock bow. 24 points of shock damage. This will be useful for mages, dragons, do some damage, do some shock damage. Let me see if I have anything. I thought I had the fear enchantment, so I'm not quite as set up as I thought I was. I may have to run into town and find it. Well, no, that's turn undead. Well, that just sucks. Let me check the crate upstairs. Or the barrel, whatever you want to call it. Nope. Okay, I tell you what time is it? Okay, I will edit this part out, and I'm going to run into town and look for it. I thought for certain I already had that enchantment, but obviously I don't. Let me grab something to sell them, because I don't like paying for anything. Do I have anything on me that I want to get rid of? No. Okay, let me find some stuff to sell. I'll run around and be back in 2 seconds. Alright, I'm back. War Maidens did not have it, but the Drunken Huntsman had a bow of dismay. Fairly cheap, too. So that worked out pretty good. I sold him some excess armor. Let's get a quick save. Well, we've got to disenchant this puppy first. Potion. Bow. Soul Gem. Fear. Up to level 24. Yeah, that's fine. Creatures and people up to level 24. That'll do it. And that is going to be our weapon. Regular everyday weapon carrying. Well, not the steel arrows. I don't know why I have steel arrows on me. But that is what we're going to be carrying every day now. So this is going on a little longer than I had planned. Maybe I'll end up cutting some of it out. But, bows are doing 40 right now. If we need to use the bow, we can switch out to the other gloves. And we can see that the sword, the sword's doing 93 or 73 damage now. The bows are doing 53. So they're getting a nice little boost from 40 to 53 because of that enchantment. So not bad. That's going to be our arrangement. And we've got our everyday carry items on it, including the Galder amulet. I had the Mask of Vile on there before, so... But I'll unload these other things afterwards. Huh. Judo Cutlass. Well, that's right in line with it. So, anyway, we're going to end that here. I have one Grand Soul Gem, filled Grand Soul Gem on me. And in here we've got 2 black and 1 Grand. So we've got a total of 4 filled Grand Soul Gems. We're going to need 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9, maybe 10 for the next set of armor and weapons. So we may have to go mammoth hunting. I don't know. That might be something we're going to be doing. That could be an interesting time. We'll probably go and get the horse first. That way we can ride around to some different giant camps. Deal with the giants. Deal with the mammoths. Fill some soul gems. Enchant some new gear. Because we're going to want to do. We're going to want to jump into some Nordic ruins again and do some stealthy missions. So we need to get that armor enchanted as well. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you next episode.